Well, energy prices at the moment, people are calling on saying that it is insufficient. Absolutely. Now, France pledged its billion to support Ukraine in 2023. Now, billion promised in military aid as the Prime Minister restarts her agenda following morning of the Queen. So, where are we going to see? A lot more going to come your way. It's not coming your way from STARR Radio, okay? It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Enjoy this song. I will dwell in your presence. From Pastor Theodora Wachiansa featuring Lord. Enjoy, and I'll be with you.
Well, while we are just getting ready to join the studio this morning, I say very good morning to each and every one of us as we say STARR Radio UK morning show with my colleagues Frank, ARCHIE, as we are getting ready, the Koiki Media. Mo kí gbogbo wa níbikíbi tí Elédùmarè bá ti ní kí a tún láǹfààní àti darapọ̀ mọ́ra wa ní àárọ̀ yìí. Ẹ má bínú pé ó pẹ́ díẹ̀ kí a tó start. There's a lot of work I do every day behind the scene quietly that is not for the public consumption. So that means that nígbà míì àwọn nǹkan mi wà tí mò ń ṣe tí kò ń ṣe fún public consumption, but mo mọ̀ pé bó ṣe ohun gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ni pé kẹ́ láǹfààní àti máa rí gbogbo ohun tí irú àwa ìbá ń ṣe tá bá wà online, but kò lè rí bẹ́ẹ̀ fún ìdí kan àbí ìdí kejì. Mo wá fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ ni mo fi kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pé a kú bójú ọjọ́ ṣe rí ní èní. Ní UK ni èmi wà, nílùú òyìnbó tí Ọlọ́run ní kí a wà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó wù mí pé kí British kó fún gbogbo yín ní visa kí ẹ lè láǹfààní àti wá sí London àbí England. Bó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé láti wá ṣọlidé kí ẹ dẹ̀ padà lọ. Àmọ́ gbogbo àkókò ti mọ̀ pé British government ò fẹ́ fún anybody ní visa. Ẹni tí kò bá mo ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ mixella, má bínú àti pẹ́ díẹ̀ láàárọ̀ yìí. British government ò kúkú fẹ́ fún gbogbo èèyàn ní visa. Ìyẹn ni gbogbo wa ṣe ń dọ́gbọ́n. Ẹlòmíì kò ń ṣe pé ó fẹ́ wá kàwé, but ó fẹ́ lo route yẹn láti fi wọ UK ni, because ó mọ̀ pé that is the only way tóun fi lè wọ London. So ìyẹn la kúkú ṣe sọ pé tá bá kúkú gbàwé, tá bá gba Yorùbá nation tá ń fẹ́ yìí, ẹni bá dẹ̀ fi wá sí UK a máa jẹ́ progressive tiẹ̀. Kò kúkú ṣe pé UK yìí nìkan náà ni ìlú tó dá lágbàáyé. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá náà Ọlọ́run kúkú dá dáadáa. Àmọ́ bó ṣe rí náà ló ṣe rí. Àwa ni ká wá gbìyànjú ká má jẹ́ kó sú wa, ká má jẹ́ kí a wà distracted with so many things that is going on as we speak right now. Buhari is already on his way to New York. Mo hope pé gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí à ń bẹ̀ pé kí ẹ jáde kí a lọ pariwo mọ́, ká lọ sọ fún wọn pé a ṣe Nàìjíríà mọ́, kò ń ṣọ̀rọ̀ orí íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì o. Every one of us has a role to play. Role tèmi máa play ó máa yàtọ̀ sí role tí wọ́n máa play o. But gbogbo wa la ní iṣẹ́ láti ṣe. Ẹ má bínú pé mixella rẹ̀ máa ń fi post ẹ̀ sí orí timeline wa fáǹfààní àwọn tí mo ṣẹ̀dé láti post office. Ẹni tó bá ti ra flag ẹ̀ ní UK, ní America, ẹ kàn sí mi ká tètè fi ránṣẹ́ sí yín, so that nígbà tí a bá ti pè fún mega rally kẹ má bàa sọ pé Mr. Koiki gbogbo yín lẹ̀ wá ń lo flag, ẹ wá fáwa ní flag. èyí tẹ́ wà nílé ẹ má bínú àní flag kankan lẹ̀ mọ́ gbogbo flag yẹn ti tán àfi tí àwọn diaspora tí ọlọ́run bá mi kẹ́ tí wọ́n bá tún fún wa ní owó la máa tún lè ṣe míì but for now there is no more flag as we speak right now so nobody should call me for flags at home because flag ìtakó wa ó tutù tán kò ń ṣe tó pọ̀ it's just a very small number. I need to join the studio now and let's enjoy the live transmission. Èmi ọmọ yín náà ni o, àbúrò yín, àwọn míì á ní ẹ̀gbọ́n, mo ní gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ni. Ìyí tó ṣe kókó tó ṣe pàtàkì ni pé the more tá bá pẹ́ sí Nàìjíríà, the more ni a máa ní problem. Ọmọ Òdùwà yín ti lọ sí school láàárọ̀ yìí, ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ full time, so ó ti resume láàárọ̀ yìí. Ó ti lọ so ẹ lè má gbọ́hùn ẹ̀ bí a ṣe máa ń gbọ́hùn ẹ̀ nínú ilé irú nǹkan tá fẹ́ jẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ sílẹ̀ Yorùbá nìyẹn. I need to join the studio in just about few minutes. Ẹ bá wa lọ subscribe sórí Twitter handle Star Radio. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá fẹ́ máa rí mi lójoojúmọ́ at least Monday to Friday àfi tí kò bá sí ìdí kan àbí ìdí kejì ẹ máa pàdé mi lórí Star Radio. Lẹ́yìn yẹn àwa máa ṣe prógrámù tọ̀dọ̀ tiwa náà bá ṣe máa ń ṣe. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn tó ń darí wa Elédùmarè ò ní jẹ́ kí èṣù kó sáàrin gbogbo wa especially àwọn tó ń darí wa torí pé we have to be very very patient and careful at this junction tí a wà. Buhari is already on his way to New York. There's a lot happening. But in Jinyogbe, so many people have been kidnapped recently. Nigeria. May Nigeria not happen to you? In Nigeria, Bashele say, Loma Mokwe, Nigeria is not a country. Moki Mugomo Yoruba, Nile Loko, Anisha Yagbalagba. Mo kí church mo kí mọ́ṣáláṣí Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí èmi bú mọ́ṣáláṣí kí n dẹ̀ bú church kí n dẹ̀ bá àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe ọmọ Yorùbá tó bí dáadáa ni mí àmọ́ intan sọ fún yín ni pé kò sí nǹkan kan tó ń jẹ́ Nàìjíríà ẹ má fi Ọlọ́run ntọ́lọ́run sọ ìyẹn ló lè máa bí àwa nú torí tẹ bá ń sọ pé Ọlọ́run ló dá Nàìjíríà sílẹ̀ àbá yín jà gidi àdẹ́ta sí yín torí pé irọ́ tí wọ́n pa fún wa pé Ọlọ́run ló dá Nàìjíríà sílẹ̀ Ọlọ́run kọ́ ló dá Nàìjíríà sílẹ̀ o èèyàn ló dá Nàìjíríà sílẹ̀ pé Ọlọ́run ló dá Nàìjíríà sílẹ̀ yẹn irọ́ blunt lie. And let me join the studio so that I don't waste too much time. Enjoy the conversation with me and Archie. Àwọn asọ̀pọ̀ Ọlọ́run kan ló dá Nàìjíríà sílẹ̀ fún ilé pè ní o sí nǹkan kan tó lọ́wọ́.
Talking about it, I mean, it's a life to be telling us more about that. While he gets himself ready to join. And also good morning to Kennedy.
Àwọn wo flag wà lẹ́yìn níbẹ̀ yẹn lẹ́lẹ́ ló máa fẹ́.
Yes. I'm doing very, very well. And so Yomi is also doing very, very well. Your favorite African radio station in London. Okay, so all right then. Yes, we've got Mr. Lightning for a key. The White Lion after a long weekend. Who has also joined it. We have Frank Baki, he is busy. He'll be joining us during next program. But let's move on straight to Yomi. Yomi, good morning.
Well, a very good morning to you, Mr. Archie, and a very good morning to all our listeners, all our viewers, and the friends and family of Star Radio UK. I say good morning to you, Frank. Good morning to you, Archie. Good morning to all our presenters. And like you say, it's been a long weekend, but we are back here doing what we love to do, and giving the news from all over the world. But if you're joining us right now, we will be going everywhere around Nigeria. But for now, I'll come back again to you in the studio.
Okay, yes, listeners, the White Lion himself with you. Before I come to how you are doing, Odua today says hi. Odua, I hope you had a very good weekend as well. Thank you very much for joining us. Those of you on the YouTube and all the other social media platforms, on the various platforms that we are broadcasting on, I salute each and every one of you. Hope you like to welcome to the program. But let me go back to Yomi. Yeah, how was your weekend? And how was, we were here. We know Sibanjo came to town to come and mourn the Queen, but we were here. We were the hosts, call it. Yes, how was your weekend and how did you see the whole program?
Well, my weekend was beautiful as you can expect because it was after we left here on Friday. There was quite a lot of activities, especially we had a 3-day section of what we can call prayer because I mean we all have different faiths and sometimes we believe in the faith and that means whatever we are doing we have to have the faith. So let me start with there was what we call the Yoruba Nation, prayer group, United States of America, that had a 3 days fast, prayer and fasting of victory to declare Yoruba Nation. So that went up to Sunday. But the difference is that because I have to be the one to do the transmission for them, and that means that I have to stay away from 1 a.m. in UK time as against 7 p.m., which is how the world is as we speak, in America. So it was a fantastic 3-day section, even though, I had to stay awake, throughout the 3 days that started on Friday. There was also a lot of activities as usual, but the best activities was over the weekend when it was all gallery again. Remember that we had some of our fantastic outing in the rally that took place in the Southwest. So from Saturday morning, we were all glued into, because we are not at home. And, just like when we do rallies here, and especially, we've just seen, the best of what you can call the British media. The media, over the Queen yesterday up to the hour was fantastic. You could see, almost everything in details. I've never seen the Crown as beautiful as it is, even though there's a lot of different conversation on it as well. So what actually happened was on Saturday, we had a Obasa rally in the southwest of Abeokuta in Ogun State that was going on. And likewise, we had another one simultaneously going on in Ondo State, and it wasn't ending there. Badagry, if you remember Badagry, Badagry has a lot of history when we talk about, the slave trade, in Nigeria, because point of no return was where almost the majority of the Yorubas and some other, Igbo were moved out of what we can call the Yoruba kingdom, because there was nothing called Nigeria as at the time of the slavery. So there was also a fantastic event that took place there with people turning out for, again, similar situation, the mega rally. But also there was a lot of other activities. As you can tell, it's an election time in Nigeria. The Peter Obi continue to push, to say that we are not just the social media, we are on the ground to tell Nigerians that Peter Obi can do it. And I've actually heard a bit of what you say in terms of, what we're going to be discussing, because Peter Obi is saying that Nigeria is the bad news under Buhari. Buhari is on his way to the New York, where he will be meeting with the Biafra and the Yoruba that are waiting for him at the doorstep to shout that Yoruba nation, Biafra nation is all we want. So it was a fantastic weekend. And yesterday, just as you were monitoring what was happening, I wanted to make my way out to see what was going on, in central London. But I thought it would be best to watch it from home. And what we were discussing was what next after the death of Queen Elizabeth II with the Commonwealth.
Well, the questions that people are asking. But I would say good morning to Amaya Degene. Hey, how are you doing? And then to Prince Adiola Olamelekan. That is good morning, Prince. He says, he says you are everywhere. Okay. And Adinaya Adeshola says, good morning, Mr. Koiki, Mr. Archie. God bless you, sir. God bless you too. They says, Prince Adiola Olamelekan. That's MTN. Well, so make sure that you do the MTN, make money go for him everywhere you be. All right then. It is already UK. Now let's come to the vice president's participation in the Queen Elizabeth's funeral. Now, how did Nigerians take it? Because they were looking at, well, if the vice president was in Nigeria and he was traveling, the convo, the number of cars, the motorcade, I mean, just name it, okay? How many of them? But they just buzzed them all, put them all, well, even Macron was on the bus, or on the coach, let me put it that way. So how did Nigerians look at the whole thing, and how they now looking at the leadership of the country as well?
Well, when we look at the vice president making his way to London, for the burial ceremony of Queen Elizabeth II, that passed away last week and was buried. The vice president who represented Nigeria, just as so many other African countries were also representing different part of their own country as well. But what we can say is looking at the arrival of the vice president in London, some few days before that, the vice president arrived in London for the state funeral of the late Queen Elizabeth II. We saw him dressed in his African attire in black, just as the Europeans were putting on their beautiful coats and whatever outfit everybody was putting on. He departed Nigeria on Saturday, representing Nigeria at this very beautiful event that happened yesterday. But upon his arrival on Sunday, according to his media aide Laolu Akonde, the vice president paid respect at the Queen's Lane in state at the Westminster. He also signed the condolence register saying Nigeria joins government people of United Kingdom, the Commonwealth, and the rest of the world in expressing our sincere condolence to the royal family on the passing of the monarch for all seasons. May the Lord bless her memory. Thereafter, Akonde, in a tweet, said Professor Sibajo was received by the UK Secretary of State and Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Affairs, James Cleverell. At the meeting, Cleverell expressed gratitude for Nigerian solidarity with the UK at this time of grief. Both men discussed the interest of the British Prime Minister Liz Truss in deepening a relationship with Nigeria. A lot of Yoruba and Biafra will say, we don't want this deepened relationship anymore. It has created more problem for us. And now that the Queen is gone, the King Charles III must also now look into a breakup of Nigeria.
What is going to happen on that front? Listeners, it is all STARR Radio, okay? Your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, we know that the president is on his way to the UN, where you were saying that, well, it's going to be definitely staged by protesters from Europa and the Igbo group who want cessation. Okay, but the issue is, what is going to be the reaction of the president? Previous ones, how have their reaction been? And would they allow them closer to where the president is going to be at all? Would they even have the privilege of seeing him?
Well, we've got to understand that, when it comes to the security of all the presidents across the world, that is something that the United States government, will not joke around with. So that means, every, president from around the world that will be attending, the 77th UN General Assembly will do everything, within their, best to make sure that, security around the president and the, his entourage would not be something that will, stop him or her, especially the Nigerian president, from performing, their responsibility. We're expecting President Muhammadu Buhari to speak on Wednesday. I'm not too sure what time exactly, but what we can say is, President will take his turn to deliver national statement on the second day of the General Assembly, which is tomorrow, Wednesday, September 24th. According to what we know, President will also participate in what we can call high-level meetings and side events, including Nigeria International Economic Partnership Forum, convened by Nigerian partnership with the Business Council for International Understanding, strengthening coordination through national humanitarian development peace framework, a practical approach to sustainable, durable solution to ensure no one is left behind. I'm sure a lot of people have been left behind, and that means, social development and so on. The president will also host strategic bilateral meetings with world leaders, renowned investors, and heads of multinational organizations while he's going to be in New York. We're also expecting that according to what we have on the entourage, will be the president, the first lady Aisha Buhari, some governors, ministers, and top government officials. The president is expected back in the country next week, Monday. So that means he will be in New York for an ample of time. And like I said, while he's going there, remember that there's a lot of activities that also be happening around the United Nations. More Yoruba people will be coming out just as the Biafra. And one thing is, they are asking the international community to look into reclaiming back their sovereignty that was taken away during the colonization by the British Empire, And right now, everybody wants to have their own identity. I had a short clip about Bill Clinton, the former United States of America, did on on the CNN. And if we have time later on during the conversation, I will play that because he did talk about everybody wants to have their own kind of sovereignty. And he also talked about the 3 million people that died during the Biafra War, which was a genocide.
That's quite an interesting one. But we know the president is going to be having conversations with business owners and entrepreneurs to come and invest in the country. But one of the issues that we've been talking about all along has been the insecurity issue that Peter Obi is saying that, well, he has got a plan that when he comes into power, he's going to see to address. And he is going on further to say that, look, if it happens that the promise that he is making, if it happens that his government is not able to perform it, then he's allowing himself or putting himself out there to be confronted by, or chastised or confronted by the general public. But we say the same thing. When people are looking for the position or the votes to come into power, they say also, Buhari, what did he say about the insecurity issue and blah, blah, blah. He came in now. If you go out going to protest, I bet you will come back with either you've been lashed or maybe you put in some corner. So what is going to happen there with what you'll be saying and the investment that the president is trying to bring into the country? Do the investors are going to come to the country?
Well, I'm sure the investors are following, the situation in Nigeria. Just as yesterday there was, a bomb blast in Jalingo, as we know, yesterday Sunday. Even though this will be like almost the fourth time that bomb blast is happening in Taraba, where this happened. But the anti-bomb squad for the Nigerian police have cordoned off the site of the bomb explosion that rocked the axis of Jalingo, Taraba State, the capital, yesterday. Yes, you talked about, when we look at the Nigerian debt is now risen to almost 42 trillion as Buhari regime promised better days ahead. I'm not sure what better days it can do with the remaining timeline that we give as usual here on Star Radio UK in terms of, how many, effort the government can put in to make, the economy to go back to what it used to be, or at least reduce the pressure, just as the PDP is making its own lament of what this government hasn't done, because I was actually, monitoring what has been said so far. What Buhari said during the APC, during the PDP, he lambasted them that, you should do everything to make sure that ASU strike, does not happen. But under the nose of this government, a failed government that have literally not put effort, to allow students to go back to the university student, not a lot of them, but we saw that they blocked Lagos State, Muritala Mohammed Airport. I'm not sure why they're not blocking, the Abuja airport, because you will expect that the situation that is happening in Lagos should be affecting those in Abuja and other states as well. But probably maybe Lagos is something that they believe will have a big impact. A lot of passengers that were traveling back yesterday would have had a lot of delay or probably missed their flight. But when we look at this government, they came in with a change mantra. We will change the situation of the PDP of 16 years. And then they came back again, after the first 4 years, and then they went back to the next level. We're actually at the next level because as of yesterday or day before yesterday, almost 42 innocent Nigerians have been kidnapped again, and nobody knows what the current situation is with them.
Wow. Listeners, it is Star Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to 11:34. And let me say good morning to Yoruba Oko Adula TV. Say good morning, Mr. Boyke, Star Radio UK. Where you are, say students at home due to ASU strike and their parents are campaigning for politicians.
Somebody will say, no be juju be that.
I mean, if you do because your children are out of school and you're campaigning for them, then they don't need DNA tests to know that their parents are not their parents. Now, so now Tunde says Nigeria is a destiny killer. Bring it up. All right then. So I'm not going to be coming your way, but let's go back to Yomi. But some of the other stories making the round. Over to you, Yomi.
Well, 24 minutes past. It is the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. Remember to subscribe on our Twitter handle. Remember to follow us on our social media handle on STARR Radio UK, so that you can get the the capture of all the latest news around the globe. As a lot of headlines, let's look at the headline from the some of the media. World leaders, 4 billion audience bid Queen Elizabeth forward is coming from the headline in Nigeria today. PDP, Autumn wants Atiku and Fayose and sues for peace. Still a lot of issues when it comes to the current crisis in the midst of the PDP. Corruption ruined Nigeria, fuel subsidy, organized crime. Yesterday, we saw one of the biggest drug, bust by the NDLEA in Ikorodu area of Nigeria yesterday. You will wonder that, the drug, how did it get there? And but again, very kudos to the intelligence that probably picked up that information in a suburb area of Ikorodu State. Nigeria record 1.8 tons of cocaine that was seized in a drug bust. According to the Nigerian National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, has recovered a cocaine with an estimated street value of $278 million in what it called its record seizure. Authority in Nigeria that have seized a record 1.8 tons of cocaine, in a value of 277 million pounds. The drugs were recovered from a residential estate warehouse in the city of Lagos, according to the spokesman for the country's National Drug Law Enforcement Agency yesterday. The agency added that the cocaine was destined for nowhere more than Europe and Asia. The drug raid came after a year of investigative work, and at least 4 people were arrested in a connection with the seizure. They are believed to be members of international drug syndicate that was being traced by the Nigerian agency from 2018 in coordination with the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration. So what a very good, work from the intelligence gathering yesterday, and the news has actually filtered through all over the globe this morning. Let's come back again to some of the other news as we have it as well. More criminality, more Fulani attack. One of our comrades yesterday, today sent a message, but yesterday on his way home in somewhere in Ogun State, he was actually attacked by 4 Fulani terrorists, and eventually he was able to escape, but his motorcycle was taken away from him. With only 5 million, you can smuggle petrol trucks out of Nigeria. You will wonder that as a country that should depend on its resources to maintain, welfare, take care of the citizens, but rather it seems only few people are enjoying, the benefit of these resources. According to what we know, information that was provided yesterday by Umar Ajie, the Chief Finance Officer of the NNPC Limited, who was testifying before a House of Representatives committee looking into the fuel subsidy in Nigeria. Anyone may smuggle trucks of petroleum product out of Nigeria with just 5 million naira, according to the executive of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. This information was provided on Monday yesterday by Umar, the Chief Financial Officer of the NNPC Limited, who was testifying before the House of Representatives committee looking into a fraudulent subsidy that has been going on for a very long time. And that is where, the next headline comes. Nigeria is a bad news under President Muhammadu Buhari, as is already on its route to New York, according to Peter Obi. Our country today is a bad news. We now have the contraction of the highest number of people living in poverty, the highest number of out of school, which is about 20 million, according to the statistics. Peter Obi, the presidential standard bearer on the platform of the Labour Party, has slammed President Muhammadu Buhari's regime, APC regime, for making a hash of the governance of Nigeria. Nigeria today is a bad news, declared Mr. Obi, a former governor of Anambra. According to him, Buhari rule has ensured that poverty reigns supreme in the country, expressing fear that there will be a amount of mass to clear when a new president succeeds. That is, if there's going to be one, because over the weekend, Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, has already said, we are just days and weeks away before the mega rally that will be coming up in the Yoruba land, and he will himself be present for that mega rally. He also congratulates those that are walking around the world, just as Professor Banji Akintoye and likewise all the remaining leaders that are working tirelessly, for the sovereignty of the Yoruba coming out of Nigeria. Today is the 20th, so that means that the letter that has been sent to President Muhammadu Buhari since August the 6th is just a countdown as we speak today. By end of this month, which is going to be the 30th of September, according to the letter, they will be expecting an outcome from the president. Would there be an outcome? Everybody would have to wait till then. But what we can say is we are now at a very crossroad in Nigeria, whether an election is going to hold as the rally is getting closer, whether there will also be a government that will also listen to the self-determination people, which we have here that says, according to the United Nations General Assembly Resolution 1514, declaration on the granting of the independence to the colonial countries and the people, mindful of the determination proclaimed by the peoples of the world in chapter of the United Nations to reaffirm faith in fundamental human being and peaceful friendly relation based on respect for principles of equal right and self-determination of the people and of the universal right for an observance of human rights, fundamental freedom for all without distinction as to race, sex, language, and also region. So the question then is, the subjection of the people to aligned subjugation, domination, exploitation, constitute a denial of fundamental human rights is contrary to the Charter of the United Nations and is an impediment to the promotion of the world peace and cooperation. Number two, all people have the right to self-determination by virtue of that right. They are freely determine their political status, just as President Muhammadu Buhari also says that the Palestine have the right to self-determination. We hope he's going to be saying the same thing when he gets to the United Nations General Assembly floor tomorrow. This is Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London, and I'll come back slightly back again to you in the studio, Mr. Archie.
Well, listen, let's start Mr. Olaimi Koiki, review update from Nigeria. Interestingly, the final word that he did say that pertaining to the statement by the president that the Palestinians have the right to self-determination. So, well, if people in your own backyard are saying they want self-determination, why are you not giving them the opportunity to do so? But let me come to you on that. Let me say good morning to Anthony Adedeji as well. And thank you very much for joining us. Anthony, thank you very, very much. A thumbs up to you too. And what you want to say, so Yoruba Nation has come to stay, no going back. Thank you very much. Continue to bring your put your comments through, and I'll read them. On the other platforms, we try to see whether somebody can read them during the program as well. But let's talk about the 5 million signatories that was applied, okay, for the Yoruba self-determination. Now, would that give them the opportunity for somebody, a rep from the Yoruba group, to maybe speak at the UN or have a one-on-one? What is the reaction there? And how has that even benefited the group as well?
Well, when you look at the campaign for the movement of the Yoruba self-determination that has been going on for the last 3 years, we are not, and even though Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho specifically said so, that we are only also adding to what people have been doing since 1960 after the independence in terms of the unity of Nigeria. So the question you ask is, are we going to see a situation, as I speak to you right now, there is an ongoing peaceful rally also as I speak right now in southwest of Nigeria, where it is actually taking place in Efwalaye, a local government in Ekiti State, where more people continue to create awareness. When you look at, I'm looking at the terrain, a very beautiful one, but the problem is there's no road network, there's no water facility, and these are so many reasons. But the main reason why the Yorubas are saying that they really want to go, and whether they will have an opportunity to have a floor in United Nations, I'm not too sure whether that is going to happen, but we do know that there's what we call lobbyists. Lobbyists is where you try as much as possible to get in touch with countries that are members of the United Nations, and also diplomats that can also put your question to the face of those world leaders that will be arriving in New York from yesterday, just as President Muhammadu Buhari as well is doing the same thing as well. So once again, as we do know, Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station, will be monitoring the situation. But what we do know is the 5 million petition that has been put forward before, and likewise other engagement that we've seen, the mega rally that is coming as well would also add face to that as well. But all these is still what we call the acclamation in terms of the campaign and the awareness, to make sure that the Yorubas at home are fully aware of the reason why, they want to go out of Nigeria.
Some today, like the people, say Yoruba Nation now, no going back. Okay, thank you very, very much. Now let's come to the letter that you were talking about a moment ago. How many days now? The one that was penned by Professor Kintoye. Now the question is, as to the presidency, reacting to it. We've not had any reaction per se. They've not written back. And we know that this rally is ensuing, and Chief Sunday Gowan said that it's going to appear better. We don't know the form of appearance going to be. It could be that it's going to show video of him speaking to the fans. As to that spirit of it, let's play that out. But what has been the reaction? The federal government so far, any reaction at all? Well,
the federal government have not reacted to that, but we do know that they've already got the letter. The letter is with them. Today is the 20th day of September, and that means we're just about 10 days for that. What the expectation that the Yorubas are asking, according to the letter that was dated August 6th. Mr. President, this letter is on behalf of all the Yoruba people, formally gives you a notice of decision of the overwhelming majority of our Yoruba nation and the people to exercise our right to self-determination, just as that right was in that particular General Assembly Resolution 1514 that was dated 14th of December 1960. So the government is aware of this, but the question is, when we look at, I've been, as someone that has been involved in this as well, there's the question is, does territories really want to let go, those within those territories, because we've lived together, we've intertwined. There's a kind of a relationship, but as we do know, the colonization have actually changed, the demographic, and as Jonathan says himself that we are not one. Everybody knows that, but would the government of the day allow a peaceful transition of the Yoruba to leave Nigeria, just as the Biafra are clamoring as well, the same thing? Time will tell, and like I said, as they are campaigning for the election, the Yorubas are already pushing out as many awareness on the grassroots to tell the people that their identity is now at stake. And I was listening and reading some of the article, from the Guardian yesterday. Just as we know that Queen Elizabeth that have not passed on, there will be a lot of conversation that will eventually have to come out after a death. And when I look at one of that article that I was actually reading yesterday, and this was on the Guardian newspaper here on the 13th of September, this is Britain that has lost its queen, the luxury of denial about its past. So long as she reigned, the establishment was able to gloss over the aura of the empire. Now is a time for a painful truth. And in front of me, I have a picture of the Queen visiting Gambia in 1961 with Prince Philip.
Well, the debate is going to go on there. We'll try to see whether Yomi can bring you that Clinton, former President Bill Clinton's statement there once I get myself ready. But I need to ask you one question more. Now, Adeoye Rotimi Williams, so he's just going there, but not with. Okay, I didn't get that. Well, I'm not getting that statement. Well, if you can post it there. Okay, but now you said the federal government has not come out, they've not responded to it. Okay, now assuming the letter that was dispatched didn't get to the president, so somebody took it, decided to just put it somewhere, and therefore they are not reacting to it. And now we have 10 days more to the date that they not to mention that they gave the presidency. And then they come to say, well, of course, you said you sent a letter, but at least we should have sent you a letter of acknowledgement that this letter that you sent has been acknowledged. That we received it. If nobody did not anything of the sort. It could have been that somebody just took it, put it in this paper or shredded it, and nothing has been done about it. Have you actually thought about that as well?
Well, it will not just be one letter that will have been sent through that. Multiple letters would probably have been gone through different agents of the government. But the most important thing is, one was sent to, the presidency in Aso Rock Villa in Abuja. And like you said, that letter will probably not even get to the desk of the president, because we do know African countries, we don't take things serious. And even though, apart from the people that are asking that they want to leave a country like that, even an ordinary letter will not probably reach the desk as against, other countries around the world, like, here in UK, where at least you would, if you send a letter to Liz Truss today, you would definitely get a reply, that will come through to you. But in terms of, how many days, yes, is a very good point that you've raised there, whether should the government not have received that letter, and, the Yoruba leaders and the self-determination movement, take the next step. But what a lot of people are also saying is maybe such a letter should be put in the print media in Nigeria so that it becomes something that is in the public domain. And I already have the sound clip for Bill Clinton. This is what he had to say during the interview he granted, to the media some few days ago.
Our historic memory includes the notion that your greatest days were on the
I hope you can hear it.
Yeah, we can hear you.
and Catherine the Great. In other words, when you could control your neighbors, and people don't want to be controlled anymore. They want to be free to chart their own course. I'll never forget the first time a man with impeccable military credentials, the warden of Rhodes House, who was Admiral of Viscount Montgomery's aide to camp in World War II, said, you're going to have to leave Vietnam. For the same reason we had to leave Nigeria. We left Nigeria, it was a horrible war. 3 million people died, but we had to go, and you're going to have to go. And I said, why? He said, because they don't want you.
What?
Want to chart their own course. They have to feel secure in their own identity.
Let's just play it one more time again.
But our historic memory includes the notion that your greatest days were under Ivan, Peter the Great, and Catherine the Great. In other words, when you could control your neighbors, and people don't want to be controlled anymore. They want to be free to chart their own course. I'll never forget the first time a man with impeccable military credentials, the warden of Rhodes House, who was Admiral of Viscount Montgomery's aide to camp in World War II, said, you're going to have to leave Vietnam. For the same reason we had to leave Nigeria. We left Nigeria, it was a horrible war. 3 million people died, but we had to go, and you're going to have to go.
Well, you had him there right there. People want to have their own cause, just as the Biafra war, they had to go, just as the Vietnam War. The question now is the world really going to allow a peaceful dissolution of Nigeria, or will the world allow what we can call, an election that so many Nigerians that are the indigenous people do not want to have in that country called Nigeria that was created, in 1914? Time will tell.
Time will tell, of course. 11:43 and it's STARR Radio UK. Let's go straight to the social media platform for the other stories that you have there, and then we can bring the hand. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much. As we look into what is trending on the social media, I'm trying to say who is Mr. Bayo. It's actually trending, but I believe that is under entertainment. Article, #article is our choice 2023 is actually also trending, on number 4, just as the platform Nigeria is also trending. The platform, if I'm aware, is where there's a lot of conversation. It's actually going to happen on the 1st of October. A better Nigeria is possible. Why, what, and how? We will have to wait and see whether a better Nigeria is going to be possible. This is what we have been told for 62 years of being part of Nigeria. But we may be thinking otherwise, but the platform Nigeria May edition was revealing. I really can't wait to see their view in this upcoming 1st of October edition that says a better Nigeria is possible. Why, what, and how? What the next leadership should look out for? Well, that is the view of those that still, believe that, Nigeria can still have a better opportunity if we have, the good leader. Also on the social media, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was visited again by his legal team but not a very good news as Nnamdi Kanu's health is now deteriorating in the DSS detention, according to his lawyer Ifeanyi Ejimefo. So that is also coming on the social media. So let's look at Nigeria as a word before we start moving out of the headline this morning, and then we take it back and bring it back again to the studio. According to David Odoye, mental health needs more funding and attention in Nigeria, and also we take one more as well. And then I come back again to you in the studio. Once again, this is Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. Simon Ekpa, today there's a complete leadership vacuum. And for a long time now, the ship of Southeast Nigeria has been sailing on autopilot, not to be confused with the killer squad, that bears the name. So that is also coming. Also, Chidi Odin Kalu, in Olu, in Imo State, there's been a lot of killings and destroy of properties by the Nigerian military. We're not too sure why, and it seems that there's just a carnage of atrocity that is going on in the southeast that is also now well being reported in the international community. So that is what we can push today, but tomorrow will be another day where we're going to be looking at again all the news from 11 a.m. But I'm going to come back again to you in the studio, Mr. Archie, while we leave it for now. I can hear you. Okay. It looks like your audio is gone again. I can't hear you at all. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Archie. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now. Wow. That is the update from the shit-o country. Now let's start and talk about our own. So I'm going to turn my camera around. It might take some few seconds. Bear with me. So I need a lot of movement. And I turn my camera around. So Kokoshi Mari back view, at least like that. And then later on, I can bring you right now. Buhari on his way to New York. How many people will be attending Buhari's New York, blah, blah, blah. Nigeria. What I on platform, the platform, what I when they are mad. Make I wear my military. Let me tell you, I want to tell you, on that in Nigeria. Let me wear this yoppy one. Nigeria, lot of man deru bank we can wear military outfit, konsheni or dotiwa. So let me move my cameras. Let's sit here. Let's have conversation as usual. There's no need stopping the broadcast and start again. So we're just going to go straight into it from here, as we do when we finish Star Radio UK. Moki gbogbo ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire níbikíbi tí gbogbo wa bá wà. Èmi á máa sọ pé ìrìn àjò Yorùbá nation. Ìrìn àjò tí kò ṣe má ẹni bá sọ pé ọ̀ràn pé ṣé Jimmy Boy ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ló máa ń gbé tiwọn báyìí. A máa fi ń kọ́rùn báyìí. Kí èmi náà fi tèmi kọ́rùn báyìí. Mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí pé a kú ọ̀sẹ̀ tuntun. Nísìnyí tí Àchàrí ti wọlẹ̀ báyìí, London Bridge ti wọlẹ̀, kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí? Oríṣiríṣi ló máa lọ. Thank you so much, Kenny. You are doing a well, good job. You are doing well. Ọlọ́run ká dúpẹ́ fún kò ń ṣe mi. I'm just doing what I love to do, which is media. It's what I've done. It's what I studied. Even tab akade igbepupo academic. I did mass communication in UK. So, and I've always loved to, to be involved in the media. I just came from my monitor screen me. I just switch TV me see to Star Radio. They were telling Larry. Mo fi Tẹlẹ́dùmarè a tún fi kí gbogbo wa. Mo kí Mùsùlùmí, mo kí Christian, mo kí ṣẹ́rí ẹ̀yin Christian àti Muslim àti oníṣẹ̀ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà ńlẹ̀ gbogbo wa ló máa kan. Ta ló rí fídíò yẹn? Ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì kan tí wọ́n ní wọ́n lọ kidnap àwọn kan. Ta ló ti wo fídíò yẹn? À ń sọ fún yín pé Nàìjíríà crime scene ní Nàìjíríà. Ṣẹ́rí ta bá ní ká wọnú àkílẹ́tẹ́lẹ́ yìí ò pick ẹ má bínú èèyàn wa mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ẹ fi máa monitor comment mi mo kẹ́yìn tẹ́ wà lórí MixLR a kú ọ̀sẹ̀ tuntun as I'm going to also say live transmission ni lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn èèyàn wa ní ẹ̀fọn alàyè local government ntẹ̀mọ̀ bí a kì í bá wọn gbé transmission yẹn lọ sórí YouTube fáwọn tó bá fi máa monitor ẹ̀. I think I should do that since ẹ pé èèyàn kan péré làwọn jáde láti bẹ̀ bàtà ẹ pé fóònù lèmi lónìí rí báyìí so ká máa monitor àwọn èèyàn wa ń gbìyànjú small easy ẹ jẹ́ ká máa gbọ́ àwọn náà ẹ jẹ́ gbé transmission yẹn lọ sórí other platform because I need a lot of you know I need a lot of things kó máa lọ nísàlẹ̀ so agbọ̀rọ̀ encourage àwọn èèyàn wa tó wà nílé.
ọdún ìyá 2022 èyí ni
àwọn èèyàn wa ń try gan nílé
láti ṣe awareness fún Yorùbá nation ti ní ìlú ẹ̀fọn alàyè ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ẹ ti ń wo àwọn èèyàn wa bẹ́yẹn tí wọ́n ti ń jáde tí wọ́n ti ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa dábẹ̀ sí í ṣe.
ẹ ká máa encourage àwọn èèyàn wa nílé Islam.
ẹ ṣé o bàbá wa ẹ ṣé gan o.
ẹ má bínú èèyàn wa mo fi gbé transmission yẹn lọ straight sórí other platform.
èyí ẹ káàárọ̀ o ẹ rábà o ẹ sọ mú ìkéde ọ̀rọ̀ òmìnira orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá àmúwá fún yín ní ìlú ẹ̀fọn alàyè ní ìpèsè ti gbọ́ ní ipa orílẹ̀-èdè tá à ń lépa yín.
nítorí pé grassroots ló ń ṣe nísìn
láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà
in and out
tí a ti sọ pé tí a ti kọ̀wé sí ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà yìí pé àbáwọn ṣe mọ́ wípé àwa fẹ́ dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè nítorí fún kí nìdí tá a fi fẹ́ dá dúró ni pé wọ́n ń fi ìyà jẹ wá ìyà yẹn ti pọ̀ jù fún ọmọ Yorùbá orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà kò wọ́ọ̀kì fún ọmọ Yorùbá so àwa sọ pé a fẹ́ dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè yín rere yẹn la mú wá sí ìlú ẹ̀fọn alàyè.
ẹ máa gbọ́n tán sọ lọ́mọ bọ́.
àmín yeye ẹ ṣeun sà ẹ ṣeun mà ẹ ṣe gan mà àmín àmín àṣẹ.
Let's continue to encourage our people back home.
àti wa ẹ káàárọ̀ mà o ẹ ra mà o ẹ jọ̀ọ́ orúkọ tèmi ni Comrade Martins ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ṣé ti gbọ́n pa Yorùbá nation mà ẹ jọ̀ọ́ kí lẹ rí sí mà ṣé inú yín dùn sí nígbà tẹ́ ẹ gbọ́ nítorí pé a ti kọ lẹ́tà sí ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà pé a fẹ́ kó nínú orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà pé a fẹ́ dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè nítorí fún kí ni ìyà tó fi ń jẹ wá nínú orílẹ̀-èdè tí àwa yóò ti pọ̀ jù so àǹtí mi ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ padà lẹ́yìn olóṣèlú o ẹ ṣé gan-an.
so kákọ̀lé help situation yẹn.
Iléyá o ọmọ Odùduwà Iléyá o ọmọ Odùduwà Iléyá.
ṣètò yẹ ká padà sílé.
bí àbò ó bá wọn bí ìta lóore
ṣètò yẹ ká padà sílé.
ọjà wọn lápá tí kò yọ ká lọ́gbọ̀ ìlà Yorùbá nation now orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá ní kíákíá Ìgbòho ṣá iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ ń tẹ̀síwájú.
a máa join wọn nísìnyí bọ̀ and just àwa máa continue conversation tí wàá lọ níbí là màá kọ́ wa gbé laptop ìwé ìtòrí sound ní àwọn nílé. ìpínlẹ̀ rẹ̀ fi máa wò lórí nígbà wọn lè máa wò lọ.
Yorùbá nation ló gbé bá.
pé Yorùbá ò ní lọ yẹn lọ́lẹ̀ pa gbogbo tó bá gbà òun la máa fún kò dẹ́ ń ṣe ọ̀nà kan la máa lò because ẹ fẹ́ ká lu ọ̀nà kan ẹ fẹ́ ká lọ 23 àdìbò mọ́ àwọn the platform àwọn yẹn àwọn politician supporter irú ọ̀tẹ̀ ti pa fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ ti parọ́ ẹ ti parọ́ ẹ ti parọ́ fáwọn yẹn wa for years
àti délẹ̀ lérí
àwa ti wá ń láwọn èèyàn lójú nísìn àwọn kan wọ́n ní ká ṣe sùúrù
tọ́lọ́run láṣẹ
wọ́n ní ká ṣe sùúrù
Yorùbá nation ni ò yá wa
ó máa ṣe é ṣe irọ́ ni for years ẹ ti ń parọ́ fúnra wa for years làwọn èèyàn fún lọ́kùn parọ́.
Yorùbá nation no going back Yorùbá nation ni o mọ́mì mi Yorùbá nation
yes
ẹ sọpọ́tì orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá o.
ẹ sọ fáwọn èèyàn wa pé ìlú máa dá ẹ dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ìlú yẹn ò lè dá.
ìyá wa ẹ sọpọ́tì Yorùbá nation ni o òun ló lè mú ìgbé ayé àlàáfíà wá fún yín o Yorùbá nation ló lè mú ìgbé ayé àlàáfíà wá
gbogbo
fún
ọmọ ló
yín
ti lọ sí skul nígbà yàrá rẹ gbogbo àwọn ọmọ pátápátá ló ti lọ sí skul. ẹ má yẹ káwọn politician sọ fún yín pé ìtàgbé dání pé kò ní ṣeé ṣe wọ́n mọ̀ kó máa ṣeé ṣe. ẹgbẹ́ mi tẹ̀lé. ọ̀rọ̀ kápọ̀ mọ́. ó kù díẹ̀ ẹ tó bá fẹ́ wò ẹ tó bá ti ní device méjì ẹ lè máa wò ó lọ tí bá ti set up ẹ máa mú ìgbé òwe. ní kíákíá náà kí wọn sọ fún mi pé kò lè ṣeé ṣe àwọn olóyìn Yorùbá nation wọn ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ tí aláwọ̀ tó bá ń sọ pé kò lè ṣeé ṣe yẹn wọ́n mọ̀ pé ó ti fẹ́ ṣeé ṣe kò lè ṣeé ṣe kò lè ṣeé ṣe o ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ dìbò 2023 náà ká bá wá dìbò tán tí Tinubu bá débẹ̀ tátìkù bá débẹ̀ wá máa look into bá ṣe máa restructure Nàìjíríà irọ́ ló bá dé. ẹ jẹ́ kó olúkálùkù máa lọ àwọn ìlú kéékèèké ojoojúmọ́ ni mò ń sọ fún yín ayé wọn dájú tí wàá lọ mo wà lọ́dọ̀ mọ̀mísí mi lánàá ọ̀rẹ́ mọ̀mísí mi ní ajá lóyìnbó ó dájú èèyàn lọ nílé ajá tó wà ní UK àwọn àbínú àmà mú délé nísìn so mo ti set up nísìn so mo kàn ní láti ní sọ pé déètì wà ó kẹ́gbẹ́ tó wà ó kẹ́. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn ọmọ wa tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ takuntakun nílé. Let's continue to encourage them. It's not easy. I'm not encouraging. Kò easy but àwọn aláwọ̀ máa encourage wọn.
Welcome to our house.
Once again, a very good morning. To each and every one of us. Ẹ ká lọ máa fẹ́lẹ̀ ká máa fi prepare the major rally tó ń bọ̀ lágbọ́rọ̀ Ọlọ́run láìpẹ́ ìyẹn ti dé tán. Ẹni bá ní device méjì ẹ lè máa wò ní a máa move laptop yìí away àwa máa sọ tí wa lọ màá kọ́ máa monitor wọn ní background a máa encourage àwọn èèyàn wa nílé it's not easy. I need a poster time tí I need it láti ṣe so many things kò dẹ́ ṣe pé dandan ni kẹ́ ṣe through wa èyí náà ẹ ṣe kẹ́ pín káàkiri kò ṣe dandan ni pé kẹ́ send owó sí wa ẹ ṣe flyer ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe poster ẹ ṣe fìlà ẹ bá lè ṣe fáwọn èèyàn whatever we can do.
ọmọ Yorùbá pátá ilé lóko ló sọ pé ètò wa lójú ká parapọ̀ dá dúró Yorùbá nation must stand.
kò ń ṣe dandan ni pé ká wà pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà kí Nàìjíríà máa ṣe tiẹ̀ káwa náà máa ṣe tiwa.
Ilé kíákíá ẹ jẹ́ ká relé.
So mo ti set it up nísìn. Ẹ jẹ́ ká appreciate àwọn tó wà nílé. Ká appreciate wọn. Ìtọ́ bá need ẹja fún wọn. Íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì lọ nídìí ní ẹ̀rà fún wọn. Tó bá ní íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì bá ti bá la ṣe fẹ́ rí wọn wò. Ẹ fún wọn ní fóònù tó dáa kó lè fi ṣe streaming. Ẹ̀rí náà fáwọn ẹ support àwọn èèyàn yín nílé. Àsìkò tí gbogbo wa láti wà involve lọ́rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí. Kò ń sọ̀rọ̀ Koiki Media nìkan. Àsìkò tí gbogbo wa gbọ́dọ̀ involve. Ẹ má bínú ẹ̀ tẹ́ ń wò wá. So now.
Ìyá wa ẹ jẹ́ ká relé ilé là ń lọ. Àgbẹ̀ kan òrokoroko kó gbàgbé ilé. Ẹ jẹ́ ká relé ilé là ń lọ.
Màá kọ̀ ṣé sound yẹn wà okay ṣé kò disturb yín àbí kí n gbé laptop yẹn kúrò èwo lẹ fẹ́ ń bẹ̀ ṣé kí laptop yẹn àbí ká fi sílẹ̀ ká kọ̀ máa gbọ́ nǹkan sọ ká dẹ̀ máa sọ tiwa lọ.
Nínú orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tí a wà kò pé ọmọ Yorùbá rárá. Haúsá Fúlàní ní
ẹwà àwọn ìyá wa ẹwà àwọn ìyá wa ẹwà àwọn ìyá wa bó ṣe ń jìyà bó ṣe ń jìyà ẹwà àwọn ìyá wa bó ṣe ń jìyà nílé. Ẹ̀yin ò ní voice mọ́ èèyàn tó pè ní ẹ má bínú èèyàn tó pè ní ẹ ṣe ní káwọn èèyàn yìí máa pè wá tàbá tí ń ṣe program lọ sí nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe sí
ìwà wa
wa.
yàtọ̀ gbogbo ọkọ ló yàtọ̀ èdè yàtọ̀ báwo la ṣe fẹ́ wá jẹ́ ìkan ìyá wa ẹ bá jẹ́ kó fi abọ́ ráìsì méjì ẹ má jẹ́ kó fi tàn yín jẹ mọ́ ẹ sọ fún wọn pé ṣe mọ́ ẹ sọ fún wọn pé ilé yá pé inú orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá lẹ ti lè gbé ìgbé ayé àlàáfíà tí ọmọ yín á ti gbé ìgbé ayé àlàáfíà ìyàtọ̀ fi jẹ́ wáyé ó ti tó gẹ́ ìyá wa ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ẹ ṣe gan-an ẹ jẹ́ ká
ẹ wo gbogbo àdúgbò APC báwo bí APC bí ti báwo ẹ gbọ́ ẹbí à ń ṣe ń wò.
ká gba orílẹ̀-èdè tiwa ká bọ́ lóko ẹrú tí àwọn Fúlàní fi wá sí tí àwọn Haúsá Fúlàní tó fi wá sí tó fi ìyà jẹ ọmọ Yorùbá tó fi ìyà yẹn pọ̀ jù so ìyá wa ohun tó lè gba èmi àti ẹ̀yin àti ọ̀wọ́n náà tí ẹbí tó lè gbà kalẹ̀ ní Yorùbá nation.
Òun ni o any other thing politics ò lè ran tó wà nílẹ̀ and Yorùbá nation ò ní kankan ṣe pẹ̀lú politics you know it's got nothing to do with politics. Kólúkálukú dá wà kólúkálukú máa ṣe tiẹ̀ òun là ń campaign fún a dẹ̀ ti ṣàlàyé fún yín òun ló wà nínú ìwé tí mo fi wọ̀nyí dọ́kúmẹ́ǹtì yìí ṣẹ̀rí dọ́kúmẹ̀ntì ẹ̀ ń wò yìí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa nílé 1960 ní United Nations ni wọ́n ṣe resolution 1514 ló ń pe resolution yẹn resolution 1514 ó fún wa ní ààyè pé kí a sọ pé a ṣe mọ́ nínú ìlú tí a wà nínú ẹ̀ so kò ń ṣe láti èní. ok ọ́ ní kí n fi sílẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ariwo ìyànpọ̀ mo ti drop it down so kò ń ṣe ariwo tó pọ̀ púpọ̀ kápọ̀ so ṣe rí resolution tí ẹ̀ ń wò ní bíbá 1960 December 14 ni wọ́n lọ́ọ́ fi òǹtẹ̀lé lórí ní United Nations pé tí àwọn ìlú kan bá wà o àbí àwọn ẹ̀yà kan bá dìde o pé àwọn ò fẹ́ ṣe mọ́ ó ti di dandan so ìyẹn ni a ṣe ń sọ fẹ́yìntẹ́ wà lé pé kò sí ìbẹ̀rù kò sí ìfòyà àbọ̀rọ̀bọ̀ yẹ yín nísìn there is no need for us to be scared there is no need for us to be worried gbé laptop náà wá sí níbà so we just have to continue the campaign ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń gbélé wá báyìí tẹ́lẹ̀ máa rí dáadáa àbọ̀rọ̀bọ̀ yẹ yín nísìn a kàn ní láti continue campaign wa awareness wa ká máa káàkiri ká máa sọ fún àwọn èèyàn ìdí pàtàkì tá a ṣe fẹ́ lọ kò wá ń ṣe pé torí Fúlàní nìkan ẹ má yẹ ká máa ṣe mistake yẹn nítorí identity wa lánàá ṣe fẹ́ lọ now ó kíákíá so à ń ṣe politician a ní anything láti ṣe pẹ̀lú politics Nàìjíríà a register Yorùbá nation under INEC Yorùbá nation Yorùbá land Yorùbá kingdom ó ti ń bẹ kó tó di pé wọ́n ṣe INEC kó tó di pé APC dé kó tó di pé PDP ṣe ni pé gbogbo àwọn ẹgbẹ́ yẹn náà àwọn join ara wọn ni they are 419 ẹ wo gbogbo àdúgbò ẹ wo gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá bó ṣe rí kò sí development. So the more tá a bá ń pẹ́ sínú Nàìjíríà báwo la ṣe fẹ́ mú development báwọn èèyàn wa. ẹ jà gbọ́. So I'm going to get my phone line. Mo náà pé mo fẹ́ ṣe àdẹ̀dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ̀ ń support. Gbogbo àwọn support yẹn náà lẹ́ ń rí tàn post yẹn kéékèèké flag díẹ̀ níbí poster níbí kinní kan níbí. But we need a lot. The more we have, the more we can give our people. Tá a bá ní kò sí nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe sí. But ẹ wo àárọ̀ yìí nísìn what is mọ́tò tó ń lọ sáwọn state kankan torí àkàmọ́ torí security reason àní sọ dárúkọ wọ́n tuntun jí lọ sáàárọ̀ yìí nísìn wọ́n tuntun lọ post àwọn kankan tó lọ sáwọn state láwọn tá à ń send sí ẹni tó báyìí tí wàá rí gbà ẹ má fi ṣèbínú ẹ láti rántí pé we are not talking about a million flags here now we are talking about still 1,000 just a little bit but we are trying our best kò tí ì tó kò tí ì wà enough ìyẹn la ṣe ń sọ fẹ́yìn tẹ wà ní abroad tẹ bá lè ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ 40p ní láti tẹ bá máa rà tó bá máa pọ̀ ní o kò ń ṣe ẹyọkan ẹni bá máa rẹ ẹyọkan £5 ní UK àbí ní America but tẹ bá fẹ́ fún àwọn èèyàn yín nílé a lè bá yín ṣe 40p kò bá ẹ bá fẹ́ fún wọn ní 10,000 copy tẹ bá ṣe à donate fún wọn ẹ bá kàn ní kó ìkóyàwó náà yọ 1,000 nínú ẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n fún wa ní owó pé a máa gba díẹ̀ nínú ẹ̀ mọ́ ní why not ẹ̀yin bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́nu owó yín ẹ̀yin ò ní time láti ṣe èmi ní time àbọ̀ràn mi ò yẹ yín nísìn tẹ́bẹ́dẹ̀ ní time náà ẹ ṣe ẹ fáwọn èèyàn láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí rí àsíá gbogbo àsíá Nàìjíríà kò yẹ kó máa ṣó ìmọ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá àsíá tiwa lẹ́yẹ kó máa ṣó nígbà tá a ti sọ pé a fẹ́ lọ tàbá tẹ̀wá dísà ìpa tó fẹ́ change àsíá later but at least for now in town ló nílé ẹgbẹ́ gbọ́ tó ń gbọ́ ẹ gbọ́ ṣe gbọ́ ẹ ṣe ẹ má fún wa lówó ẹ ṣe pósítà ẹ fi ránṣẹ́ sí wa ẹ ṣe flyer ẹ ṣe sticker ìgbà sọ nìyẹn kò ń ṣe pé àkàn pariwo Yorùbá Nation lórí social media a ní nǹkan fi hàn ẹ wò nísìn gbogbo kékèké tá à ń send gbogbo kékèké tá à ń send ó mèkẹ́ pẹ̀lú gíyẹn dẹ̀ là ń send ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú gíyẹn là ń send ẹ̀ so ẹ̀yin tí ìyẹn láṣẹ sọ fún gbogbo àwọn ẹgbẹ́ náà ẹ ṣe ń tó lúkàlùkù bá lè ṣe bá ṣe ń dín pẹ̀lú security ò ń ṣe ta máa wá sọ lórí social media security ò ń ṣe ti máa jókòó dí mi báyìí ẹni tó bá ní account wa ẹ sẹ́ndẹ̀ ẹni tó bá nídìí tòmìnira ẹ béèrè fún ẹni tó bá nídìí account gbogbo ẹ̀ náà là ní ká donate owó sí but ní grassroots a nídìí láti sọ fáwọn èèyàn wa ẹ wo gbogbo flag tẹ́ ẹ̀ rí yẹn nísìn àwọn ṣé flag tá ṣé kò dùn máa inú nísìn ẹ wò ó lè má pọ̀ but at least ẹ ṣáà rí flag lọ́wọ́ wọn ìyẹn la ṣe sọ gbogbo yìí tí ẹ ní local government ẹ̀yin ò ṣe rọ́jú kẹ́ sọ pé Mr. Koiki ó da owó yìí ó bá mi ṣe 200 pieces àdúgbò mi ní kẹ́ sẹ́ndẹ̀ lọ ẹ fún wa lórúkọ ẹni ká máa sẹ́ndẹ̀ sí nítorí ká máa ṣe bí sí ni ẹ ìfúnná kan wa Yorùbá Nation náà lórí social no ó gbọ́dọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí hàn wọ́n pa ń tẹ̀ mọ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ má bínú. ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká jọ ìṣọ̀kan odò àdìdé bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ ẹ bá wa lọ sẹ́ndì òmìnira àkáǹtì èèyàn kan béèrè lórí Ọláyọmí Kóìkì Instagram ẹ bá wa lọ fi síbẹ̀ ògo ẹ wo view ilẹ̀ Yorùbá bó ṣe fine ẹ̀yin náà ẹ wo view yẹn mọ̀ ń lórí laptop mi ní ẹ wo view yẹn bó ṣe beautiful àwọn ajókòó sí lóyìnbó another 1 month nísìn òtútù máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí múyàn after 23 years tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ wá London ọlọ́run àjẹkọ́ fún ẹ visa ó ti sún àwọn àtàwà nílùú òyìnbó a fẹ́ wálé we are tired of living here tired tó bá sọ pé tired we are tired of living in this country ìwọ rò pé London ló dá tó yẹn ni ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tó ó beautiful a ní weather tó dá a ní territory a ní land a ní gbogbo nǹkan àwa jókòó sí lóyìnbó àwa wá ń fix UK à ń fix Japan à ń fix Tokyo à ń fix ibìkan lọ fix ọ̀dọ̀ tiwa kò make sense I am tired of living in this country I am tired mo ti ṣe 23 years nílùú ó ti tó ẹ jẹ́ lọ ṣèyí tó kù ní Ondo State, ẹ jẹ́ lọ ṣèyí tó kù ní Kwara, ní kò ń ṣe dandan ni pé èèyàn tẹ̀ máa gbé ní ibi tí wọ́n bíyàn sí àbí state tá ti wá. I can live in anywhere in Yorùbá land as long as the comfort bá ti wà, tí security bá ti wà. Àwọn èèyàn ṣe ń kúrò ní London tó lọ ń gbé ní Manchester, àwọn èèyàn ṣe ń kúrò ní Manchester tó ń lọ sí Glasgow tó tún máa lọ sí ọ̀nà jíjìn. So kò ń ṣe dandan ni pé ká gbé ní Lagos State. Tí gbogbo nǹkan tó wà ní Lagos bá wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, a ní láti gbé níbẹ̀. I am tired tí kò bá still sú ọ ìtorí pé wọ́n ti dé UK ni, ó ti sú àwa tá wà ní UK. Mo ti jẹun láàárọ̀ yìí nísìn, gbogbo tí mo jẹ abọ́ kékeré cornflakes, kí ló fi ń ṣe cornflakes? Àgbàdo ló fi ń ṣe cornflakes. Mo dẹ̀ fi mílìkì sí, mo ò ní láti fi ṣúgà sí. Tí bá tún fi ṣúgà sí, mo wá wàhálà nìyẹn. So let us, ìyẹn la ṣe sọ pé ṣé ká tún máa lọ máa dìbò? Ok, báwo lẹ ṣé gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì débi táwọn wò yìí nísìn, local government táwọn wò yìí nísìn, because eléyìí la máa fi ṣe example nísìn. Ní local government tèmi wà ní UK yìí, gbogbo ọmọ tó bí sí local government yẹn wọ́n mọ̀ èyí tí ó bá ní disability tó yẹ pé ó máa lọ fi mọ́tò gbé nílé láàárọ̀, ó máa lọ sí disability school, wàá dá padà. Time tó bá gbé lọ yẹn, ìyá ẹ̀ náà máa free, ìyá ẹ̀ lè ṣe so many things, a sáré lọ ṣe shopping, ó ti mọ time tó máa gbọ́mọ yẹn padà wá. Àwa jókòó síta, àwa náà a ní brain níta, à ń pariwo Yorùbá nation, ẹ̀ ń sọ pé ká ṣọ́tọ̀ ká dákẹ́. Kò make sense, kò make sense. Ẹ wo lẹ Yorùbá bó ṣe rí, ilẹ̀ wà but àní structure pé ó máa ran àwọn èèyàn wa lọ́wọ́, because abẹ́ Fúlàní la wà. Gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì tá à ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn kò ń ṣe federalism gan là ń ṣe, gbogbo yẹn ló mọ̀ yẹn náà, ẹ̀bẹ̀ yẹn òjò gbogbo yẹn ẹ ṣe wọ́n pretend, ẹ ṣe máa ń try láti make it look like pé àwa là ń wà angry. Gbogbo yín náà mọ̀ náà. Mo rí ambassador Nàìjíríà lánàá, ó kàn sọ jágbajàgba lórí Sky News, nonsense ló ń sọ, ó kàn sọ nonsense and jagbajantis ló ń sọ. So and we are here telling everybody, ẹ jẹ́ ká rí o, ẹ jẹ́ ká rí pé omi ò ṣe ní sí ní àdúgbò. Tí bá lọ sínú kitchen mi nísìn, tí bá ṣí omi ó máa ṣí, tí bá lọ yàgbẹ́ nísìn ẹ má bínú tẹ́ bá ń jẹun lọ́wọ́, tí bá flush omi máa lọ nínú ẹ̀. Mo ò ní láti, mo wá fẹ́ ṣe gá, mo wá ṣe lọ síta, mo lọ ṣe gá ní 21st century. So it's up to us. So ìwọ tó ti dé UK, tó ti dé Canada, ọ̀nà àjọ òde bẹ̀, but àwa tá wà níbẹ̀ ó ti sú wa, a fẹ́ padà wálé. We are tired. We are tired of living here. We are tired. Jókòó sínú ilé nísìn, oúnjẹ wà ní kitchen, ọ̀rọ̀ ebi kọ́ ló pa mí. 80 pound mi ti ṣe, ìyàwó mi ní ṣòwò lọ pariwo lórí social media pé 80 pound ni mo fi sọ bí ọ́fíìsì. Mo kó 80 pound fún ẹni. Ó dà pé àti mo ti jẹ ọbẹ̀ ẹran lánàá, mo ti jẹ ọbẹ̀ ẹja níjẹta. Ìtókù ní sọ́n ti kó, ìtàn máa díṣì sínú fridge, ìtàn máa kó sínú freezer. Ìwọ̀nba tá jẹ yẹn náà ni. Tó bá jẹ́ jù gan ṣe problem ni. Ọ̀rọ̀ ibi kọ́ ló pa wá. So ẹ̀yin yẹn wá, ẹ support wa, ká túbọ̀ ṣe more flags, ẹ̀rí gbogbo tó ń mú dání yẹn kò pọ̀, ká ṣe more sí, let's push more. Tó bá dé ìpẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe fúnra yín náà ni ẹ lọ ṣe, kò ń ṣe dandan. You know? So, and that's why I said, I want to give up. We will continue to educate and enlighten our people, because irọ́ tó ń pa fún yín for years, àwa máa debunk ẹ̀ ní bíbá. A máa debunk ẹ̀, because irọ́ ló ń pa fún yín nílé. It's all lies. Ẹ bá wo nísìn. Cornflakes, oúnjẹ tí mo jẹ láàárọ̀ nìyẹn. Ní pé bá ti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká jọlá, ìṣọ̀kan nira ní kẹjẹ ká máa lépa tẹ̀síwájú fọ́pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀ Yorùbá nation. Eléyìí ni mo jẹ láàárọ̀ nísìn cornflakes ni ṣẹ́rí gbogbo àgbàdo tí à ń gbìn ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tá àráyè ṣe ìtọ́ máa ń ṣe ìtọ́ fi ń ṣe lélẹ̀ ìtọ́ máa end up sí ní cornflakes. So it's just unfortunate that people think taba ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé we are angry, I don't want to live in UK anymore. I'm tired of living in UK. Àmín. Àṣẹ. Àmín. Àmín. So àwọn aṣojú òpó kí a bá ráhùn pépé ẹgbẹ́ bá wa dá sí láàárọ̀ again àbí lọ́sàn-án tó a ti wọ̀ sí báyìí. Once again mo kí gbogbo wa. Iléyá o ọmọ Oòduà Iléyá. Ẹgbẹ́ wọn lápọ̀ tí ó yọ kálágbé mi ńlá. A lè dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti support wa. Ọmọ Oòduà Iléyá. Ìyàbẹ̀ wọn máa bí ìyá ń rè. Ọ̀rọ̀ ẹja sáàrọ̀ àfilẹ̀ báyìí kó máa ẹni tó bá fẹ́ wò ẹ máa lọ sórí another screen yìí. The laptop yóò máa ń hit gan. So àkọ́ máa gbọ́. Ọmọ Oòduà Iléyá. Wọ́n ní mọ̀jọ̀ kan gbé fèmí.
Yorùbá nation yìí ti gbogbo wa ni kó máa gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́.
Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ra flag lọ́wọ́ wa tó ti dọ́wọ́ yín, thank you so much. Mo ti lọ fún àwọn kan láàárọ̀ yìí bí a bí mẹ́rin kan lọ sí US. Kí ló ṣe Instagram mi tó ṣe báyìí? Ẹ jẹ́ kí n stop ẹ̀.
Yorùbá nation yìí ti gbogbo wa ni kó máa gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́. Orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá.
Ẹni kò sí ìròyìn tí a lè lọ. Ẹ má bínú. Bínú mo fẹ́ lọ sókè mọ́ padà bọ̀. Ẹgbẹ́ ń gbé síwájú ẹ̀sìn máa wò lọ. Gbogbo wa ni ká jọ gbé. Hello, mo ti pè yín sà, hello sà.
Wọ́n lẹ̀ pósítà sílẹ̀. Orokóroko kó gbàgbé ilé. Ẹ jẹ́ ká relé. Ilé là ń lọ. Àgbẹ̀kọ́ orokóroko kó gbàgbé ilé. Ẹ jẹ́ ká relé. Ilé là ń lọ. Àgbẹ̀kọ́ orokóroko kó gbàgbé ilé. Ẹ jẹ́ ká relé. Ilé là ń lọ. Àgbẹ̀kọ́ orokóroko kó gbàgbé ilé. Ẹ jẹ́ ká relé. Ilé là ń lọ. Àgbẹ̀kọ́ orokóroko kó gbàgbé ilé. Ẹ jẹ́ ká relé. Ilé là ń lọ. Àgbẹ̀kọ́ orokóroko kó gbàgbé ilé. Ẹ ṣe dọ́ta Yorùbá nation ní sẹ́ẹ̀. Yorùbá nation ní o. No going back. No going back. No retreat. No surrender. ẹja so papọ̀ ká gba òmìnira ara wa lọ́kọ̀ oko ẹrú Fúlàní amúnisìn àsìkò ti tó àkókò ti tó ká bọ́ kó lóko ẹrú gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má jà ṣẹrú Fúlàní mọ́ kán yé jí wa lọ́mọ gbé kán lè jí wa lọ́kọ gbé ká ní àlàáfíà.
eléyìí tó ń pa wá bẹ́ẹ̀ ní pàrọ̀ yìí.
ó tó ọmọ mi ta ìrìn yẹ ká padà sílẹ̀ àjáwọ́ lápọ̀n tí kò yọ àtẹ̀tẹ̀ gómìnà kaná iléyá o ọmọ lòdù. ní kíákíá. Yorùbá ló sọ pé eré lóko ló ìjọba wá lójú ká parapọ̀ dá dúró Yorùbá nation understand. Wọ́n jẹ́ ká súnmọ́ra wa. Síwájú Ìgbòho ṣá iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ ń tẹ̀síwájú. Don't go back. Kíákíá.
Má bínú sí mi o. Má bínú sí Koiki o. Ìyá yìí tó. Láti fi gbára wa. Àwọn ara wa náà la máa gbára wa.
Bàbá wa ẹ ṣé gan sà. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ ṣe mọ wípé ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation tá à ń sọ yìí kì í ṣe ní kí n ṣànàkọ́ ni ó ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n ní ìgbà tó wá tó àkókò ń sìn ẹ rí i pé ó ní àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ kan tí àwọn UN tó jẹ́ àjọ ìṣọ̀kan àgbáyé tó ní ká ṣe ìgbésẹ̀ wọn àti gbé ìkànnú ẹ̀ tí bàbá wa Professor Banji Akíntóyè tó jẹ́ ọmọ bíbí ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì tí wọ́n ti kọ lẹ́tà sí President Buhari gẹ́gẹ́ bí UN ṣe sọ pé kó kọ lẹ́tà sí wípé a fẹ́ kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà pé a fẹ́ máa jẹ́ Yorùbá pé a fẹ́ dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè. Bàbá wa Akíntóyè dẹ̀ ti kọ lẹ́tà ọ̀hún sí ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari tí lẹ́tà dẹ̀ ti dé ọwọ́ President Buhari tó dẹ̀ ti pé ó ti wà lórí tébù President sùn. Ó wá di pé wọ́n ní pé the second tó ní ká lọ ṣe wọ́n ní ká lọ ṣe mega rally tí gbogbo àgbáyé fi máa mọ̀ wípé lóòótọ́ a fẹ́ jáde kúrò ní inú Nàìjíríà a fẹ́ jádùú a fẹ́ máa jẹ́ orúkọ ara wa. So bí ẹ̀rín ẹ̀ ṣe jẹ́ ni àwa ní pé ká gbé awareness kalẹ̀ nílùú Ẹ̀fọ́lá yìí torí a máa ní láti lé ìlú Adó Èkìtì lé on the 29 of this month. So after then wọn ò tí mú déètì tí a fẹ́ ṣe mega rally tó máa jẹ́ ti gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tí gbogbo àgbáyé àmọ̀ pé lóòótọ́ àti fẹ́ dádúró so bó ṣe rí nìyẹn sàbá wa.
Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá ẹja máa gbádùn yẹn lọ mò ń bọ̀ èmi fẹ́ jẹ mo fẹ́ yẹ wà ẹja increase volume yẹn díẹ̀. Àmín àmín. Hello, ta ló sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ ká sọ. All right. Ẹ fi dá sórí ètò ni àbí ẹ kọ̀ fi dá mi sọ̀rọ̀ privately kí ló. Ẹ fi dá sórí ètò ẹ jẹ́ reduce ní tá à ń gbọ́ mi báyìí ẹ jẹ́ ìkọ́ra reduce ẹ̀ díẹ̀. Ó yá à ń gbọ́ yẹn máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ. Okay. 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 Wọ́n ní kẹ́ lọ ṣe kí nìyẹn.
Mo lọ sí correction orúkọ ọmọ mi tá a ti mistake.
Okay.
Ní mainland.
Yeah.
Tẹ bá rí school àgbègbè yẹn, ó dàbí toilet.
School kẹ.
Environment yẹn, tọmọ bá wà níbẹ̀, Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó ní good health dání. Wọ́n ti mainland yẹn.
Mo fẹ́ wọ́n mẹ́wàá ẹgbẹ́ kan yẹn.
Ìlú ìbò tẹ wà ń tẹ̀ yẹn ni. Building, everything, wọ́n á ní
èyí náà sọ fáwọn èèyàn ni. Ẹ wá máa béèrè pé ṣé kò sí local government chairman níbẹ̀ owó tí ẹ kọ́ lò ẹ wá imagine ní Lagos nìyẹn o owó tó dẹ̀ wà ní port bí Dr. Adise máa ń sọ ṣé èlò ló fẹ́ cost wọn láti fi ṣe school èlò ló fẹ́ cost wọn tó bá sì ná ẹ má bínú bàbá mi tó bá sì ná 5 million sí school ọmọ yẹn school àwọn ọmọ yín yẹn tẹ̀ ń sọ yẹn kò tí pọ̀ jù tó bá sì ná 1 billion kò tí pọ̀ jù. Wọ́n ti 80 pound mi ti tán látà náà.
Ní registration tọ́mọ bá ti wọ níbẹ̀ yẹn, wọ́n á ní kẹ̀ 100.
Deliberate act ni ẹ̀gbọ́n mi deliberate act ni education ẹ̀yin lẹ́wọ̀n máa san gbowó. Reduce volume ìlú ẹ̀jẹ̀. A ti on the right track ó kù díẹ̀ ni a ti on the right track.
Nítorí Ọlọ́run bá ní kí ìrìn àjò náà rìn kó débi tá a fẹ́ káàkiri kò ní mu wa. Ẹ̀sọ́ skul tó bá wà ní town ó wà ìpínlẹ̀.
Ṣẹ́rí ẹjẹ́ ìsàn ọkọ̀ fún ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ṣẹ́rí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ skul ṣẹ́rí tabadélẹ̀ lérí wa tán màá tún lọ fi àwọn skul kan wọ̀nyí a nílé wọnú bẹ̀bẹ̀ màá kàn fi environment ṣẹ́rí skul dìgbà tó bá tóbi gbẹ̀gbẹ̀gbẹ̀ number one security wà important skul àwọn ọmọ mi nísìn àwọn tó ń gbé ní UK mọ́ o kò lè wọlé lẹ́yìn ìgbà tó bá ti tilẹ̀kùn o kò lè wọlé gbàgìrì wọlé lọ bá wọn anyhow tó bá tó afẹ́ lọ mọ́ ọmọ yẹn ní school ó tún ní process tẹ bá wá ẹ mọ̀ pé mo sọ fún ọmọ òdùwà ó ṣe wọ full time ni nígbà tá a lọ ní upper week long tí a lọ ṣe tó lọ ṣe induction kó tó di pé ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ àárọ̀ ìníṣẹ́ ló ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ṣe ó máa resume ní ṣe 25 àbí 20 whatever the time tó máa resume nígbà tí mo wọnú class yẹn mo wá ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ ara mi pé kí ni nǹkan tó kò sí nǹkan tó special ju pé ó ní ètò yẹn dẹ̀ ní gbogbo yín rí lánàá lórí ọ̀rọ̀ British funeral tó ṣe lánàá tó bá sọ pé wọ́n ní ètò wọ́n kò tí ì sílùú tó ní ètò tó UK bí ẹ torí ẹ̀ lèmi ṣe ń ṣe àwọn nǹkan míì tó máa dàbí pé àwọn èèyàn máa pa Koiki báwọn ní tẹ̀ ṣe rí báyìí bí bíbáyìí ni mo gbé tó pẹ́ sí jù èmi ò ṣe yunifásitì ní Nàìjíríà bí ṣe tán bíbáyìí ni mo wá so in tí mò ń try láti ṣàlàyé níbẹ̀ ni pé when it comes to ètò kò sẹ́ni tó lè bí ti British àwọn ló ní ètò ẹ wo bó ṣe project funeral yẹn jáde sí gbogbo àgbáyé lánàá ta ló lè wo funeral yẹn tó máa wá ẹ mọ̀ pé èmi sì wá upset pé báwo ló ṣe sin bàbá Aláàfin bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn tí kò sí ètò kò ní ààrí beauty pé ọba wa kú all we just saw was ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wo lórí BBC ẹ kàn rí lórí BBC lórí telephone tó fi ń broadcast ìyẹn ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tó wà ńbẹ̀ for 50 years Britain ló ní ètò lọ́wọ́ ẹjẹ́ àwọn agbọ́n kan táwọn ìyá wa ń sọ níbí báyìí ẹ̀kẹ́ mi lọ wọ́n mẹ́wàá tí mo fẹ́ jẹ jàre èèyàn kan ní ṣọ́ọ̀bù 80 pound mi ti tán ó sì kù díẹ̀ nu fíríjì ẹ̀bà ni mo fi jẹ lánàá Ìjẹ̀bú Òde ẹjẹ́ máa gbọ́ so ẹjẹ́ ń jẹun tán ká tó tún máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò yẹn lọ ẹjẹ́ increase ilẹ̀ kẹ́ máa wò níbí báyìí àwọn kan máa ní ẹ ó dìgbà tó Ọbásanjọ́ bá dá sí Ọbásanjọ́ ẹyẹ máa dárúkọ pé ó dìgbà tó Ọbásanjọ́ bá dá sí ẹ jẹ́ ká fi ọkàn sọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run ká dẹ̀ wà determine ó dìgbà táwọn kan bá dá sí àwọn olóò máa bá yín dá sí àwa náà la máa dá sí fúnra wa Ọbásanjọ́ ti dàgbà nísìn kọ́lọ̀ fún lẹ́mìí gúgùn sí 100 years kò ní sí láyé mọ́ ẹ add 100 years mọ́ èjẹ̀ mo bùn ní 100 years à ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ìran wa ẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ Ọbásanjọ́ ti ní òun wọ́n Nàìjíríà òun ó bẹ́tà ju wọ́n Yorùbá lọ dẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn politicians ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tẹ́ ń support wọ́n Nàìjíríà ó lè ní gbogbo yín because ó lè ẹjẹ́ àgbọ̀n kan táwọn ìyàwó àyín sọ̀jà rí kémi lọ wọ́n mẹ́wàá mi kí n ṣe mú gàrí. àmì àṣẹ Èdùmàrè ògbẹ́ni tó bá nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ní bọ́ọ̀sì ògùn lákàáyé máa pa yín ni wọ́n ní bọ̀bọ̀ ìlú ti dé pẹ̀lẹ́ pè láàárọ̀ yìí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ̀yin ìka àníyà ń jẹ wá àná ń sọ́fà ẹ̀yà ń lú ẹ̀fọ́ èmi lọ jẹ wa tí gàrí òun sínú àwẹ̀ wọn bínú ìjọba wà ní àwẹ̀ lónìí àbí àwa gbà.
Yorùbá nation. Àmì àṣẹ. Àmì àṣẹ. Ṣe àmọ́. Ṣe mo mọ̀. Àkókò ṣe àmọ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká relé ilé là ń lọ àgbẹ̀kan òrókò.
ẹ ò bá ṣe ń lọ ẹ nísìn wọ́n ní di megaphone ẹ jẹ́ ká provide gbogbo nǹkan fún wọn wọ́n ní di megaphone wọ́n ní di speaker àánú là ní kọ́ máa ṣe awareness tó gbólé ìbò máa ṣe wọn nísìn.
Àgbẹ̀kan òrókò kó gbàgbé ilé ẹ jẹ́ ká relé ilé là ń lọ àgbẹ̀kan òrókò kó gbàgbé ilé ẹ jẹ́ ká relé ilé là ń lọ àgbẹ̀kan òrókò kó gbàgbé ilé ẹ jẹ́ ká relé ilé.
àkí gbogbo wọn Yorùbá network ti mú wọn lọ́rùn. Unity ló dára network ti lọ ìlú tó invest ìlú tó bá ti invest ọjọ́ tó padà. ó gbàgbé ilé ẹ wo gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá bó ṣe rí. àgbẹ̀kọ́ olóko gbàgbé ilé. Roko kó gbàgbé ilé. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá wá rí jágbajàgba jogbojogbo wọ́n parọ́ ìgòbẹ̀ta rọ̀ o. ẹ wo gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá bó ṣe rí. àwọn máa sọ pé ó máa dà ẹ̀yin ọmọ yẹn ṣe sùúrù mú miss call yín ẹ má bínú. hello ẹ káàsán. Okay. àwọn ìyá ìgbùgbù wọn ó yẹ kí wọn máa dúpẹ́ fún wọn ni.
ìyá yìí tó Jésù
ẹ tó bá fẹ́ pé o láì sí wà ókú lo ẹ lè pé o èmi kọ́ máa jẹun ní ìgbà ìlédún pa mí ó dà pé kọ̀ọ̀kan ń bọ̀. Hello sir. Kò wọlé o. ṣe fi dá sórí ètò ní sà. Hello sir. ọjọ́ kan pẹ̀lú ẹ ti wà lórí ẹ̀ à ń gbọ́ yín.
ẹkún iṣẹ́ gan ni o.
à ń gbọ́ yín sà.
nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣáàtì òfin ó kàn fẹ́ tó ń pa bí mo ṣe lè fi owó sí àkáǹtì.
ẹ má bínú kíchìn mo gbọ́kàn tẹ̀sán lẹ́ẹ̀kan má bínú dáàdì ẹ̀wà mi mo sáré lọ gbé inú microwave ẹni kí ni ẹ sà.
mo fẹ́ fi owó sí àkáǹtì mi nígbà láti get láti join.
ok a gbọ́dọ̀ má which of the account ṣé.
mo fẹ́ fi owó sí ok àwọn ọ̀nà mẹ́rin ni mo fẹ́ fi owó sí.
ok
bóyá kí n tẹ̀ direct sí yín kẹ́ bá mi ṣe.
ok so a jẹ́ ti òmìnira central àti whichever one.
mo fẹ́ fi sí òmìnira.
ok
because mo pe security ni.
yeah.
mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ fi sí central account.
ok
mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ bá mi fi sí flag.
ok
kẹ́ bá mi fún àwọn kẹ́ bá mi ṣe flag fún àwọn èèyàn.
ok
mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ torí mo pé sọ̀rọ̀ pa walking talking ní last time.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni kódà àwọn ọmọ yẹn ṣì ń yọ mí lẹ́nu bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
pé yẹn náà wà most important.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
so ọ̀nà mẹ́rin yẹn mo fẹ́ fowó sí.
ok alright.
so mo fẹ́ fi $200 sí òmìnira. $200 sí òmìnira.
ok alright tẹ́ bá ti send ẹ̀ màá dẹ̀ share receipt yẹn pẹ̀lú yín à ń bá àwọn èèyàn ṣe lẹ́ǹkan kan náà bẹ́ẹ̀ màá share receipt yẹn.
mo fẹ́ ṣe 100 sí central account.
ok that's fine. tẹ́ bá ti bí ẹ mú bọ́.
mo fẹ́ kí ẹ bá mi mo fẹ́ tẹ̀lé $100 kẹ bá mi fi yẹn ṣe flag.
ok
chris bí yẹn bá dé fún àwọn èèyàn.
ọ̀dà.
so mo lè fẹ́ fi 100 náà sí orí
walking talking. all right.
so gbogbo àpapọ̀ ìdí $500.
all right.
so ẹjọ mo lè send it sí ọ̀dọ̀ yín ẹ bá mi.
all right màá send the PayPal tẹ́ bá ti ṣe kẹsẹ either PayPal or Cash App ẹ jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ then ẹ wá bá mi ṣe break.
sẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo ní.
all right màá ní láti confam pẹ̀lú ọ̀rẹ́ mi bí ìzẹ́lẹ̀ yẹn ṣì wà on ìyẹn Adékúnlé mo ti rí nọ́mbà yín màá get back sí yín tí bá ti confam pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ so that òun lè bá mi send it then ẹ wá bá mi send the ẹ má tẹ́bà fi mention orúkọ yín full name yín because tí bá máa ṣe payment yẹn máa láti fi orúkọ yín sórí òmìnira yẹn so that so a lè jáde lórí orúkọ yín gangan ẹ bá mi ṣe breakdown yẹn no ìyẹn náà ẹ má dárúkọ yín because I wà live àwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ ń gbọ́ yín so ẹ kàn bá mi ṣe breakdown yẹn sórí WhatsApp báyìí ẹ bá ti drop màá wá tí bá ti bá Adékúnlé sọ̀rọ̀ tó bá sọ pé zell òun yẹn ṣì wà okay then màá wá send number yẹn sí yín so tẹ́ bá ti ṣe kẹ́ wá jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ we take it from there màá bá sọ̀rọ̀ nísìnyí lórí the other number mi so mo ti rí number yín ẹ kò bá mi send WhatsApp wá nísìnyí ẹ má dárúkọ yín kọ sí àwọn èèyàn gbogbo tá à ń sọ all right ẹ ṣe gan ni sọ. ẹ rí WhatsApp náà ni ẹ send ẹ lórí WhatsApp sí mi màmá retí ẹ ṣe gan ni thank you so much all right màmá retí ẹ ṣe gan ni thank you so much adúpẹ́ fún bàbá wa èèyàn méjì ni mo bá ṣe payment wọn lánàá sí òmìnira àdè máa ń share receipt pẹ̀lú wọn fáwọn tí wọ́n lè ṣe ẹ wo àwọn ìyá wa bó ṣe ń struggle ẹ wo àwa níbi ń pa wá ebi ò ní pa wá nígbà tá a bá ṣe production ṣé ń rí ọyẹ ọmọ Yorùbá ẹgbọ́n sókè bàbá mi Fatai ẹ má bínú èmi wà lẹ́yìn mò ń jẹ́wà tí gàrí lọ́wọ́ báyìí ẹ kò tí ì dé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni technology yà ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ tá a bá gba Yorùbá ni a máa ṣe technology yẹn. ẹni mọ̀ tó wà láàmì ẹni sùúrù bàbá Fatai ṣètìrì ẹwà tí mo fẹ́ jẹ èèyàn mi mo kàn ní jẹ́ níwájú yín ni ṣètìrì ẹ ti rí ṣe wá rí cassava tó ń ṣe níbẹ̀ yẹn ó lẹ́ẹ̀kọ́ máa fi ṣe gàrí ṣé ẹ kí ẹ wo production ẹ wo àwọn ìyá wa gàrí ló ń ṣe yẹn o gàrí ló ń ṣe níbẹ̀ yẹn o à ń gbọ́ yín ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ lọ.
mo kí o gba àwọn leaders wa.
ká dúpẹ́ fún wọn.
Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho mo kí wọn.
ìmọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá.
bàbá kúṣẹ́ takuntakun wa pẹ́ fún wa.
ìmọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá ni.
mo kúkọ̀ máa wá onítìrí Mọ́ríkì.
àgbọ̀ yín
Mọ́ríkì.
mo wà pẹ̀lú bàbá.
bá mi sọ fún ọmọ létí wípé dáàbì gbogbo àwọn tó ṣiṣẹ́ wọn lórí ọmọ ọkọ̀ tó ń ṣe bá mi jíṣẹ́ fún wọn. mo lè fẹ́ sọ fún ẹ pé mo ti gba flag lálàánà.
kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run mélòó kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ jù. àdúgbò mo ṣe ń sọ lẹ́nu fún pé mo náà kí flag ti dọ́dọ̀ yín ẹ má sọ too much details jáde o but at least flag ti dọ́dọ̀ yín lamẹ́ríkà. àdúgbò fọlọ́ àdúgbò fọlọ́. okay all right.
Ọlọ́run iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe ìwà tó ń jẹ́ tọmọtọmọ wa bí tọmọ lọ́wọ́ lágbára ọdún náà.
àmín àmín.
àti gbogbo wa.
àmín.
ẹni ìfẹsẹ̀ àwọn tó wà nílé tó ń ṣe awareness yẹn mo fi Ọlọ́run kí wọn.
àdúpẹ́ fọlọ́run.
àmì ṣe lásán lágbára inú mi dùn mo ní gbogbo awareness inú mi dùn.
ìtàní ìdíje náà nìyẹn ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ẹ ṣé gan ni. àmín ẹ ṣé gan ni. thank you. tó bá fẹ́ pè náà láìní ẹ sì wà ọkùn náà ẹ má bínú pé ẹ rojú mi mò ń jẹun ní background ni wọ́n dẹ̀ ti ní kí n máa jẹun níwájú gbogbo yín ìyàwó mi ní kí n máa jẹun níwájú láìṣó náà pé ọ̀kan try láti pè mí bíbá mo kí gbogbo ẹ wọ àwọn ìyá wa yín ṣiṣẹ́ nítorí kí kọ̀ǹpútà máa ṣe ẹ wàhálà tó ń ṣe mo wà lórí program níbẹ̀ ṣe ń pè yẹn láì tẹ̀lé ń pè yìí ọ̀yà ṣe fi dá sí ni lórí WhatsApp ẹ ṣe gan ni all right okay then all right ẹ bá mi send the address yẹn because mo lọ post office bá ti ṣe tán nísìn because èèyàn mẹ́ta ti pé gbé mi padà lọ post office bọ̀kọ̀mọ́tà mo ti lọ láàárọ̀ yìí ẹ bá mi send address yẹn màá lè send yẹn sí ẹlẹ́gbàá yẹn lọ́la all right ẹ já padà sí Èkó. Hello sir.
Hello brother mi ẹ
káàsán ẹ ti wà live à ń gbọ́ yín.
ẹ kú iṣẹ́ náà.
gbogbo àjọ ń ṣe àmín.
ṣé bóyá jásí ti kékeré kan ní lórí nǹkan tí ọ̀gbẹ́ni ẹ̀sẹ̀ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ nípa school ní Agége kò parọ́ o kò parọ́.
ṣé kó bó ṣe rí nìyẹn.
because ọ̀dọ̀ mi gan súnmọ́ Agége ó súnmọ́ Ìjú ibi tí mo wà yìí gan tẹ bá rí sùkúl kan tó wà níbẹ̀ ibi tí mo wà yìí ìfáàtì màá yẹ kásùn màá sẹ̀yìn sí ẹ̀rí dájú màá sẹ̀yìn sí ìkan náà wà ní Ṣàgá.
ṣé ní local government níbẹ̀ ni mo ń gbádùn kí ló ń ṣe ní sáláfọ̀ mo ń gbádùn gàrí àtẹ̀mọ̀ ẹ̀wà mi lọ́wọ́ mo ń gbọ́ yín.
ìkan náà wà ní eré ẹ̀jú yẹn náà wọ́n tẹ̀ kọ́ rẹ̀ dáadáa Lagos State nìyẹn wọn náà fẹ́ ṣe títì ẹ̀rú pé that last year náà ti fọ́ fẹ́ǹsì school yẹn wọn ti ṣe.
bí wọ́n gbàgbé kò sínú project wọn tó fi ṣe lọ́dún yìí àwọn wèrè wọn náà máa ṣe next year tó fi kówó jẹ mò ń gbádùn yìí.
kàmpéènì ìgbà yẹn so ibẹ̀ ni ọ̀kadà ń gbà wọ́n tún gbà bẹ̀ wọ́n fagbún bẹ̀ nínú school yẹn ìyẹn lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ jẹ́ ní Agége yẹn tí ẹ bá débẹ̀ àánú Ọlọ́run àṣeyín ibẹ̀ ń dàbí àtọ̀ ni àdúgbò mi ni tẹ bá dé ojú irin tó ń ṣe ibẹ̀ ń dàbí àtọ̀ ni ojú irin tí wàá ó ti di ọjà.
ṣé school bus wà tó ń gbà wọn lọ school.
gbogbo bẹ̀ yẹn àìjẹ́ kò ṣe é rí. So nǹkan tó máa ń sọ yẹn ọ̀tọ̀ ni ọlọ́yà pé ẹ̀yin ti pẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn gbogbo làwọn mọ̀ àwa ni bó ṣe rí. ìkan náà wà ní Agége pẹ́sìnìmà ní méjì tí à ń bò lè ṣe tí Sanwó-Olú parí èyí fẹ́ǹsì ilẹ̀ yẹn ilẹ̀ school yẹn sọ.
ẹ jẹ́ ń bí ní kankan ṣé a ní owó láti fi ṣe àwọn kinní yẹn ni àbí deliberate pé wọ́n kàn fi ṣe ni.
wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe ni wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe ni wọ́n tó ń pa ní Agége gan ó lè tún Agége nìkan ṣe. wọn tó bá ní Agége aráàtú Agége nìkan ṣe wọn fẹ́ ṣe ní.
deliberate act.
tí àwọn tí wọ́n bá ti kàwé tó àwọn tí wọ́n á máa ṣe ọ̀gá fún àwọn tó wà níbí.
àwọn ìka.
wọ́n tó ṣe pa education nìyẹn. kẹ́rí ìdú water works tó ti ń pèsè omi fún gbogbo Lagos State. gbogbo bí ẹ̀kọ́ máa torí ìdú yẹn ó súnmọ́ àjùwọ̀n.
network
ó súnmọ́ Èkó so water corporation yẹn ó súnmọ́ ra wọn. gbogbo omi tó yẹ kó máa mu ní ìdú yẹn mọ́ ọgbà mọ́ alápẹ̀rẹ̀. gbogbo ẹ̀ wọ́n ta sí Lekki VGC náà ta omi yẹn sí.
bọ àwọn tó wá ń gbé ládùúgbò yẹn ṣá àwọn yẹn wá ṣe Ọlọ́run ni.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ṣe rí àwọn táwa ní ìsàlẹ̀ ń bí Agége Kétùmọ̀ 12 ń bí àwa dàbí ẹdìyẹ tí wọ́n ń sìn débi pé tọ́mátì fẹ́ di ẹdìyẹ wọn á náwó nínú àgò bẹ́ẹ̀ náà bẹ̀ ṣe rí. ṣe rí àwọn tó wà ní Lẹ́kì yẹn àwọn ọ̀rẹ́bẹ̀ ni wọ́n wà ní Nàìjíríà ṣe rí àwọn táwa ń bí àwọn wọ́n wà ní ọ̀run àpáàdì. ìyàjọ ń lẹ̀ bí gan-an ó jẹ wọ́n gan-an. so ní àárọ̀ yìí sì mo ṣe bá wọn fà pé Yorùbá nation ló lè ṣe everyday tí máa ń pa ọ́ láyé mi ìkànnì mọ̀ kí n máa rè mo ń bá wọn fà everyday wọ́n ti mọ̀ mí ládùúgbò mi. ibi tó ti ta pépà mo máa ń lọ bẹ̀ wọ́n máa sọ pé solution nìyẹn Tinubu.
ẹ jẹ́ ń gẹ́tì nǹkan kan lọ́dọ̀ yín tẹ́ bá lọ síbi tí wọ́n ti máa ń ṣe pépà yẹn tẹ́ bá tó bá ń discuss oríṣiríṣi nǹkan ló máa ń discuss níbẹ̀. Tẹ́ bá ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation ẹ má parọ́ kí ló máa ń sọ níbẹ̀.
ṣe rí wọ́n ní àwọn mọ̀ pé pínpín ni solution bọ̀ kì í ṣe sìn.
ok.
wọ́n ní ẹni kì í ṣe sìn wọ́n ní ṣe mọ̀ pé àwọn pípò wọ́n ní títí mo bá débẹ̀ òun ló máa pé mo ló wà nínú àjẹ́ńdà àwọn òfin wọn pé tí wọ́n bá débẹ̀ ẹni gbọ́dọ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ pé ìlú yìí mo ló wà ní òfin wọn tí wọ́n ṣe wọ́n lẹ́yìn ẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ mọ̀.
ṣe gbogbo ọmọ sọ pé tí Tinubu bá débẹ̀ ló máa wá pín. ẹ ń gbọ́dọ̀ dé.
mo ní ṣe Tinubu bá wọlé sí ṣé gbogbo àwọn tó tì lẹ́yìn ṣé ó máa yọ wọ́n ṣẹ́ ni kò lè yọ wọ́n ṣẹ́ ṣé kò ní gbowó oṣù agbowó oṣù ṣé àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ ò ní rówó wọ́n ní àwọn ilẹ̀ ń pa owó fún mo ní olóṣèlú ìran nìkan ilẹ̀ ń gbéga gbé ìran ti yín ga. mo ṣe bá wọn fà á láàárọ̀ yìí bọ̀ wọ́n mọ̀ ọ́ tán bọ̀ láì pé wọ́n ti wọnú
olóṣèlú àwọn tó máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ṣé ayé wọn bẹ́tà ni.
mo dájú wọn lọ.
kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run.
tẹ́lí mi ní parọ́tọ̀ yìí mo ṣe PDP yìí mo ṣe yìí nígbà Yorùbá Sọ́jọ́ mo tẹ̀lé ní pé nígbà Tinubu tó ń gbé Àfikúnyọ̀mí wá sinetọ Àfikúnyọ̀mí àtẹ̀lé Àfikúnyọ̀mí táwọn kàmpé kiri à ń lẹ pósítà àwọn máa ń lẹ pósítà lẹ́yìn ìgbà yẹn lọ gbé Fáṣọlá wá àmọ́ rí inú from nowhere ọ gbé wá àtìgbà yẹn tẹ̀lé wọn nígbà tí Buhari máa wọlé níbi tó ti ta pépà a kàmpé fún níbẹ̀ ní first time aláìkẹ́ gan nígbà tó máa di second time báyìí adarí bí táyé bó ṣe ń ṣe àyà padà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ ni àti ẹ̀ pọ̀ tàpá rẹ̀ pé ẹni báyìí a lè dúró tì mọ́ wọ́n ń parọ́ fún wa ní débi pé ní ikú kíní ṣẹlẹ̀ àròtílé ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ìgbà ẹlẹ́yìn náà jáde ni mo tẹ̀bẹ̀ program pé ẹ a máa lọ ni.
so nígbà tẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ẹ má parọ́ nígbà tẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń gbọ́ kò ń ṣèmi nìkan bọ̀ nígbà tẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń gbọ́ wa kí làwọn kan tó kọ́kọ́ trigger mind yín lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation.
ohun tí mo tó trigger mind mi ni pé láti ẹ̀ máa lọ ìyá yìí tó gẹ́ àlè wà nú ẹ̀ mọ́ ìyá yìí tó gẹ́ mo dẹ̀ sọ fún wọn pé lẹ́yìn Yorùbá nation ló lè ṣe lẹ́yìn yẹn kò sí kankan mọ́ ọlọ́múdọ́mù ìpìlẹ̀ ẹ̀gbẹ́ nínú mọ́tò mo máa ń sọ fún wọn náà máa ní ẹgbẹ̀dá fún Nàìjíríà máa ní ẹgbẹ́ yìí sọ̀hún wọn àdúrà tètè ń gbà láti nẹ́ẹ̀tì ṣèṣì ṣiṣẹ́ ìlú ìyàtọ̀ ẹ ṣe ń yí prayer point yín ká máa lọ ohun tó wà ń ta nìyẹn tó mo dẹ̀ gbà lágbára Ọlọ́run á bọ́ sí lágbára Ọlọ́run ó tẹ̀sí bọ́ọ̀sì ọdún yìí ni ọdún yìí ni tó ẹjọ́ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin ìyá olùtìrí àtàwọn tó kù
ọlọ́run bá kó sínú ọlọ́run bá parí ẹ ṣe gan ni thank you so much.
ẹ jọ mo fẹ́ fún gùbù kan ní sticker 300 sticker àwọn tí máa lè fún.
wow
ẹ jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ wọ́n ẹ jọ.
ẹ máa send message sí so àwọn tí ẹ máa bá wa send ẹ̀ sí so máa connect pẹ̀lú yàn kan tí ẹ máa bá wa gbà tó máa gbà lọ́wọ́ yín mo appreciate kò ní bàjẹ́ fún yín bàbá wa thank you so much. ẹn tó wà lẹ́nu yẹn lónà tó fẹ́ fún wa ní 300 sticker o ẹ má yẹ kó sú wa tí bá ti jẹun tán a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ program yẹn ẹ jẹ́ ẹ máa gbọ́ ilé lọ ẹ máa gbádùn ilé bá mi o ẹ jẹ́ increase ẹ mo like orin gan tí bá ti jẹun tán àwa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ̀rọ̀ tiwa ẹ jẹ́ ẹ padà sẹ́yìn.
ẹnìkan ìjáwádé unity ló dára kájọ fi máa ṣọ̀kan unity ló dára kájọ fi máa ṣọ̀kan àgbájọwọ́ la fi sọ́yà ẹnìkan ìjáwádé.
tí bá ti dé software la máa continue a máa pa ti gbogbo mobile phone.
kájọ fi máa ṣọ̀kan unity ló dára kájọ fi máa ṣọ̀kan àgbájọwọ́ la fi sọ́yà ẹnìkan ìjáwádé.
mo ti gbádùn oúnjẹ mi dáadáa. má dùn ún mo ti máa wò lónìí o.
àgbájọwọ́ la fi sọ́yà ẹnìkan ìjáwádé. àyírí fọwọ́ mẹ́jọ mr mọ̀ọ́kùlà lójú ọmọ ẹ̀jọ níyà o òṣùṣù ọwọ́ sóhun ló lè gbá lẹ́wọ̀n.
èmi má ti parí oúnjẹ mi ẹ̀rọ abọ́ mi ló ṣe rí mo ti parí ẹ̀ báyìí wàláì àwọn amú jíńjà àti lẹ́mọ̀n lé lórí.
àyírí fọwọ́ mẹ́jọ mr mọ̀ọ́kùlà lójú ọmọ ẹ̀jọ níyà o òṣùṣù ọwọ́ sóhun ló lè gbá lẹ́wọ̀n.
jẹ́ kí politician kan máa parọ́ fún mi níbí báyìí nàìjíríà ni politician ti lè máa parọ́ fún yín politician kan lè parọ́ fún àwọn níbí báyìí ẹ jẹ́ wọ́n mu díẹ̀ sí i bọ̀. ọ̀tún alájẹ́ ló ń pè lọ́wọ́ ọ̀yà ẹgbẹ́ òsókè tẹ̀fẹ́ dá sórí ètò ní kọ́mú wà láìfo. all right. mo wọ́n mu a máa pa ti mobile phone yẹn ẹ máa lọ join lórí software mo fẹ́ gbé lẹ́mọ̀ mi wá. àwọn amúnisìn Yorùbá nation lẹ́mọ̀ mi lélẹ̀ now ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń wà lórí phone ẹ lọ join mi lórí software because phone yẹn máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń kú díẹ̀ because I might be here maybe for 2 hours or so. Yorùbá nation mo ti gbádùn oúnjẹ mi ẹ má bínú. alright so a ti wà lórí screen báyìí máa pa gbogbo èdè nísìn so ẹ lọ join wa mo kí ìyá mi mo jí Adésànyà so ẹ lọ join wa yàtọ̀ sí Instagram wa nìkan ló máa wà on lórí phone gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń wò wá a wà lórí software so ẹ lọ join that particular one. now mo ti tan mic mi lórí èèyàn kan ní I am hungry where is my beans and garri ó ti wà lábẹ́ ẹkùn mi mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ kan ṣe ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò adúpẹ́lẹ́ gbogbo wa Buhari ti wà lọ́ní ó ti wà ní New York báyìí olóbùkú ọ̀gá àwọn Fúlàní àwọn kan níyàwó ti jẹ́ wá tó ẹ̀gbọ́n tí bàbá yẹn sọ wọ́n ní ká túbọ̀ ṣe sùúrù díẹ̀ sí àwọn ìkà wicked people. ń bọ̀ so I'm switch off gbogbo ilé ẹ̀yin tó wà lórí YouTube we are live on the YouTube already so ẹ lọ join wa níbẹ̀. Bye for now on this platform.